Oh, no. Reconnect. Oh, no, we're live. Okay, yay. Awesome, we're live. Hey, everyone. I'm so happy to have you here with us today. I have my friend Carla Phillips, who happens to be a farmer that doesn't live too far from me, so we get to get together in person. And we're going to talk about my course, Farm Marketing from the Heart, because she took it and she has a great experience, and I want you to hear all about it. But first, tell us about you, Carla, Phillips Family Farm, yes, right?
PhillipsFamilyFarm.com.
.net, actually.
Oh, .net.
Yes, PhillipsFamilyFarm.net. Go check her out.
So
what do you do? Who are you?
So we are a raw milk microdairy located in Molalla, Oregon. I also do pastured eggs, beef, and pork.
That's right. And how many cows do you milk?
I am milking one cow.
Okay.
And she is due to have a calf in about 6 days.
Yay. And you, different than my farm, you don't have any employees.
None.
So you're doing this all yourself.
It's solo.
Do you want to get to a point where you have help?
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially milking cows.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So, and how long have you been doing this? Because you had a time where you were doing it before and then you took a break. And
yes.
When did you?
So we started our farm more as a hobby in 2003.
Oh,
long time ago. And then I took a break from the dairy side of things just because I was working full time. And then started as a business in July of 2015.
2015. So you're going on 3 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's get into the marketing part of it, because that's the part I love. What did it look like? So you took the course last fall for the first time. Just share with us like some ahas, struggles. What did it look like before you took the course?
Oh, I had so many struggles.
Oh, really?
So, the first thing that I really struggled with was mindset.
I'm just going to check in and make sure it's still working, and it is. Awesome. Okay, so mindset.
And
what do you mean by that?
So I had always been in the business world and, ran things very systematically, and you do spreadsheets for everything. And I don't know why it didn't dawn on me to run my farm the same way. That I needed to be very diligent about pricing and marketing, just run my farm as a business like any other business.
Mm-hmm. So you started out not doing that.
Correct.
And what was happening? What did your life look like?
So I did what a lot of people do, is I looked around to see what's everyone else charging. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, surely that's sufficient. Mm-hmm. And it's not. So I saw my bank account decline. And, I was feeling like I'm doing something wrong. Like, what are they doing that I'm not? And then as I started to reach out to those people, I realized that I was doing things like milk testing that they weren't doing, and they didn't have the funds to do.
Yeah. And how did you get customers? Okay, good. We've got people watching. How did you get customers back then?
Back then, I felt very...
like before fall of 2017 when we met in the class.
So I really felt like I was always trying to go after customers. I was posting in local groups, we have milk, and I always felt like I was initiating that. Mm-hmm. And since then, it's quite the opposite. They're coming to me.
Okay, and you reversed that through taking the class. What did that? Because that's really cool. Now they're coming to you, because that's one of the most common email struggles I get from hundreds of farmers all the time, is that how do I convince enough people to buy our product? Mm-hmm. Which sounds like you were kind of feeling that way.
I was definitely feeling that way, and it had a lot to do with the fact that I wasn't...
Oh, Hayden says hi, Carla.
Hey, Hayden. My marketing wasn't speaking the language that my ideal customer needed to hear.
Oh, you're speaking my language, girl. I love that. Yay. Okay. And did you discover that in the class?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. In fact, the whole concept of ideal customer was sort of new to me. Even though I was in the business world, you would be surprised how many businesses run their business without an ideal customer or a dream customer. And I have to say that when I did that exercise initially, it was a struggle. I had this, no, I need to sell to lots of people.
So it was internal struggle that you weren't convinced.
I wasn't convinced, and I really had to suspend this disbelief and do it. And a really cool thing happened. And it actually happened after I finished the course completely and really started to reflect back. But what I found was that people who did not meet my exact ideal customer profile, there was still something in that profile that people identified with. So those that don't meet, they do. There is a piece there somewhere that you'll be able to find once you connect with them.
So true. Thanks for pointing that out, because that's one of the things I say is they really struggle, a lot of people at first, of why do I have to narrowly define it? And I try to get across that the more narrow you define your ideal customer, the more broader appeal you have. And
Absolutely.
So you get that specific and they find something in there they connect with. So it doesn't have to be a 50-year-old woman like us, but it may be, in fact, a 70-year-old man or a 25-year-old young mother that connects with your marketing.
I have customers across the board, but there's something in my ideal customer that they're connecting with, and I can identify that once I get to know them.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, good. So what else? Other struggles. Go ahead.
I was just thinking about the pricing struggle.
Okay.
And how difficult it was to change pricing and feel worthy of that pricing.
That's huge.
It was
with
huge.
People. Yeah.
And being able to market and communicate with my customers it's just opened up those conversations. I mean, with my customers, I can now talk to them about those really difficult things. Like, this is what it really takes. So.
And also the value, like we talk about inside the class, you're not selling milk. You're selling all these other benefits.
Absolutely.
And are you able to communicate those now?
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Good. Okay. So, what do you have if someone's thinking, wow, $299, I have to buy hay and I have to pay the rent and I have to get some new whatever for spring. How do you...
So I'm actually jealous of a couple of your past students who took the course before they started their business, because I feel like I would have been in a much better place had I taken it in the beginning. I'm kind of thick-headed sometimes, so it was nice that I had that experience. But it's definitely worth the investment. Absolutely, I have made my money back tenfold in this. I wouldn't have a farm, honestly. I wouldn't have been able to watch that decline in my bank account. There would be no money to buy the hay. For future seasons.
Yeah, not to mention your husband, your family's like, Mom sure has an expensive hobby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good. And I don't mean to harp on this at all, but I've gotten to a point where I've seen our students have so much success, and I've seen the farmers who don't take any sort of marketing training struggle until they go out of business, that I've gotten much more vocal about saying, hey, if you don't do something, you're not going to be here a year or a year and a half from now.
So I just went through and reevaluated my pricing for this upcoming year. And while I have a keep your eyes on your own paper pricing model, I do still look to see, who's still in business, what are they charging. And I went through a website for raw milk farmers like us, and it was sad to see website links that no longer worked, or phone numbers that I talked to a few of them personally, and they said I couldn't sustain it.
Right. Yeah, it's so true. And so I do this class because I am so passionate about helping farmers stay in business and serve their communities, because there aren't very many of us. It seems like we have a lot of farmers in this group, but they're
spread out.
In the communities, I get 5 requests a day to be on my wait list for eggs and milk and chickens, all of those things, because they can't find it. And if you learn how to do it at a profit, and what I like to teach is we build relationships with customers so that they don't question the price. So talk about that. What was your experience with that?
With raising prices?
Well,
or?
before you took the class, you were saying, hey, buy our milk. You're posting that. And now.
I sounded so desperate is really what it was. I sounded so desperate. Like, I have a product that's perishable. Yeah. I need someone to come and buy this because I need to be able to make more of this.
Yes.
Because we need it and many of our customers need it. Like I said, I just reevaluated all my pricing. I had one of my customers come out to pick up eggs the other day, and I was talking with her personally about the price increase, and she said, it's about time. I want to make sure you're still here because we need you.
Yes, and they can't find anyone else if you leave. So how are you marketing differently now, thinking relationships and benefits? How's that changed?
The first thing I want to say about that is farmers have no time for guesswork or being inefficient, and I'm much more efficient about the way I am in learning how to use email software in conjunction with social media.
And do you use MailChimp, or who are you?
I use MailerLite right now.
Okay.
I might switch over to MailChimp. We'll see. But just reaching out to my customers and really listening to them when they're at the farm, or listening to them when they email me questions. What are they really interested in? I was of the misconception that they would want to know about milk testing and what my cow eats and, things like that, which some do. But most of them are there for the relationship and the connection to the food. And they also want to know who I partner with. Are you partnering with other family vendors and things like that.
Yeah. So. Oh, great. Okay. So what else? Let me try to see. Oh, I can never see how long these are on there. But so what else do you want to say? Because if these go on for 45 minutes, which we could talk all day, people won't watch it.
Trying to think. I love the fact that your course is work at your own pace, because farming is incredibly unpredictable, especially, in the spring when you've got calving time and, flower farmers and, things like that. But I also really see the importance of those check-ins to keep you on track.
Okay.
The group support, phenomenal.
Thank you.
Phenomenal. Just having a group of like-minded people.
Yes, who have studied the same thing from the same perspective.
And some of them are like me, where they've been through the trenches of this isn't working and now we're here. And some of them are starting out brand new. So there's all these, different types of farmers and different stages, but they're all very supportive, and I love to have a group like that I can talk to.
Several people have called it the best mastermind group they've ever seen, and it's the group that comes along with when you buy the course. We're all in a private group together, and you get to take the course. You have access to it forever, so we have people who have been in the private group for 4 years that can coach the newbies through it. Like, well, I went through that, and here's what I did, and here's the email I wrote when that happened, and here's the blog post that I used to get them re-engaged. And so that kind of support from experienced people, and not just me, but
I've made some really good friends in the group.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And don't you feel like you could go anywhere to any one of their farms, and they would just have you in to stay the weekend?
Lori Jo, I'm coming to your farm.
Oh, let's both go. I've told her I want to go to her farm and do a video out in her flower patch. So
that would be awesome.
Okay, so what else? So you and also that you're in for the life. You're going to be in that group for the lifetime of the group. So cool. All right. Anything else? What else?
I was just thinking that and again, along with that group support and everything that I've learned in the course, is that farming isn't about who can do it cheaper. It's really not. And what I realized was that by not taking my farm seriously as a business, it didn't allow me to price myself sustainably, and I was actually hurting other farmers in my neck of the woods.
Great. So, great point. And when farms come in and do that, and then they leave a year later, they leave us all in a wake. Yeah. So,
definitely.
Good. Oh my gosh, thanks for being here. What do you say about people who are questioning, do I really need a marketing course?
Do it.
Okay.
Absolutely do it. Awesome. My only regret, and I've said this before, is that I didn't do it in the beginning because I actually spent more time and money going backwards and trying to rebrand some things that weren't speaking to my ideal customer, making some small investments that paid off big time, one of which is the course, most definitely.
Yeah, a lot of beginning farmers think, well, they've only got so much money and they need to buy animals and buy feed, but I do, because I get the emails from people where their profits have 10x'd, because they've done the work.
Yeah.
This is, you can do it anytime in your farm life, but if you can start out with it.
Definitely.
Cool, good. Oh my gosh, well, thank you. Let me see, we got several people, no questions. We're going to be here. If you have questions, put them in the comments. We will be in this post like all others all the time. Click the link and check out the marketing course. Registration is only open for 1 week. It closes next Tuesday. Class starts March 21st again, and we'll have a lot of new farmers. Carla will be in there, and all the repeat students. And, and also don't let the lip gloss and the mascara fool you, because we can do this, but you said you wear mascara like once a year. And within a couple hours, we're going to have our muck boots on.
I'll have hay in my hair.
Oh, I will have manure up my leg. I don't know. I always seem to splat. Like, I wear a new pair of jeans out to the barn, and pretty soon I got manure all up the leg. So that's it. Okay, Betty May says, let me read it. It's because I'm so bad with eyesight. Carla, you're right on the money. My friend and I were just talking about that today. Don't value other product than they get out of it, and leave the rest of us holding the bag of super cheap prices. Yes. So Betty May, thank you for making that comment. Yep, it's spot on. And when you take a marketing class like this and you learn to engage and relate with your customers, that price becomes no object. So when the other farmers, like when my neighbor farmers go out of business, it no longer affects me, because I have those customers that want to support me and have never questioned that because of that relationship.
Well, what affects you is your phone starts ringing and your emails start filling up.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I lost my farmer.
Yes, they do. And then they go on a wait list. So, this should be mandatory for everybody to take this class.
I think
Easy for me to say. All right, well, thank you. I think that's it for now. So everyone, take care. Have a great time, rest of your day, and hope to see you inside Farm Marketing from the Heart.